Welcome to Dacey's Divas. Hi, I'm your host, Dacey. Today we have a sweet diva, one I call my personal friend, Vanna Howard. She was a former aide to Congresswoman Nikki Tsongas. She has done so much throughout the Merrimack Valley, involved in charity, organizations, and now she has a huge communications job at Lowell Community Health Center. So welcome, my dear friend, Vanna Howard. Hi, beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dacey, for having me on your show. And congratulations on the success for being 13 years?
13 years.
13 years. Oh, my goodness.
Well, it's all women like you that are out there always paving the pavement for women and working hard and coming out of these, sometimes horrific situations, but then it's how you come out of it that inspires so many women like yourself. So, Vanna, let's tell our little viewers about who you are today.
I'm Vanna Howard. I am married to Greg Howard. I have 2 children and a little dog named Ziggy. Yeah. She's 15 years old. And I am currently communications director at the Lowell Community Health Center. Mm-hmm. And prior to that, so I've been a communications director for Lowell Community Health Center now for 6 months.
Right.
But prior to that, I was an aide to Congresswoman Nikki Tsongas, who's retired now for 11 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
11
and that's
years.
how we met. We've been friends for, you said 12 years.
12 years.
It's a long time. Yeah. And we just always, every time we see each other, we just give each other a big hug and we, talk. And I'm always so fond of you. And it's a privilege to have you on today. Tell us a little bit, before we get into a little bit with Nikki and what you're doing now, tell us a little bit about what a horrific experience you had gone through years ago, and where, and then we're going to go through little steps.
Okay. I arrived in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
to Massachusetts, directly straight to Massachusetts from a refugee camp in Thailand. I arrived when I was 11 years old as a refugee with my mom. With my half younger brother and my stepfather, and we resettled in Brighton, Massachusetts.
Oh, in Brighton, okay.
Yes, we stayed there for a month or 2, and we moved from there to Dorchester because my stepfather knew 2 families there, 2 other Cambodian families. In Brighton, we didn't know anyone, so we moved there, and we stayed in Dorchester for about, I say, a year. Right. And then we learned and we heard that Revere had more Cambodian population, so we moved to Revere, and that's where I went to middle school and finished high school there at Revere High.
Wow. Okay, good girl. Now, where did you come from?
I came from Cambodia.
Yes.
I was born in Cambodia.
Yes.
And in a little town called Gint Vai, So when I came as a refugee, I went through the Cambodian genocide from 1975 to 1979.
Which was horrible.
So I was there for 4 years with my mom and my dad, my 3 siblings, and my maternal grandparents. And during that 4 years, my father was killed there. Yeah. My 3 younger siblings, I'm the oldest. Yeah. My 3 younger siblings died from starvation and illnesses, and so were my maternal grandparents. So what's left during that 4 years is just my mom and I.
Now, how did you get out? How did you escape?
So we all escaped. So almost 2 million Cambodians were slaughtered, killed by the Khmer Rouge. The Vietnamese troop actually invaded Cambodia, and that's how the Khmer Rouge regime got displaced. Wow. So we were able to get out of that for a temporary time and came back to our town. And then within less than a year, my mom, being now a widow with just me, our culture is very hard.
And how old were you at the time?
So from 1975 to 1979, so in 1975 I was barely 5 years old when it happened. Okay. And my younger siblings were younger than me. Right. And so when we returned after the Vietnamese troop invaded, my mom and I returned back to our town. Right. And then my mom married my stepfather because as a single widow Cambodian woman,
Right.
it's not easy to be single.
Right.
People will,
Yeah.
take advantage if they look down on you. So
Right.
she married my
I think this in a lot of the cultures back then. You know what I mean? I think way back then, divorce wasn't like it is
Right, never
nowadays.
heard of, right,
Right, never heard of.
right.
So,
she had to, marry my stepfather just so that,
Yeah.
the culture
right.
is strict on, single women, widow women, especially a single mother.
Right.
So she married my stepfather, and we weren't sure if it's going to happen again. The
Right.
Khmer was going to take over again. So my stepfather, knew some people.
Yeah.
They heard about the Thai border, and so we escaped in the middle of the night to the Thai border, and they set up. And so the Red Cross set up the refugee camp there. So I was there with my stepfather and my mom, and my half brother was born there in the refugee camp for 2.5 years.
2.5 years. But now you're here.
I'm here.
So let's fast forward. Is there anything else? And then we were talking before the show that you recently with Congresswoman Nikki Tsongas, give her a big shout out. She's done amazing work when she was in office. You went back in
Yes.
2012 to Cambodia.
To Cambodia.
And how did you feel? Did it bring on, did it bring all of some of the hurt back?
I had a mindset, so it was a business trip. The Congresswoman needed to see what Cambodia was,
Right.
what it was like, especially when she represented
Right.
Lowell, second largest Cambodian population
Yeah.
in the United States. She wanted to see the
That's
story.
amazing.
Yeah, the stories she has heard, especially about the Khmer Rouge, the survivors, the genocide. She wanted to see
Right, and
in
educate herself.
person, right? So she asked me, and I was the only Cambodian on staff, so I said yes. With the mindset of, okay, this is a business trip. I wasn't ready to go back to Cambodia.
No.
It's, Cambodia,
Yeah.
which is too much to handle.
Right.
But I went,
Yeah.
and I'm glad I went.
Yeah.
That was my first time back since I left in 1979
That's what you
and
were saying.
2012, right?
Yeah.
So I was able to see my aunt and uncle, whom I have not seen since I left in 79, and my cousin.
Oh, wow.
That was my first time.
Wow.
So to be able to see them for about
Your family, yeah.
2 hours, because my
Nice.
father, who was killed
Yeah.
by the Khmer Rouge, he was the oldest of 6,
Yeah.
and all his younger siblings are still alive.
Yeah, wow.
Yes.
So that must have been, at least that brought you a little bit of peace. A little peace,
Yes.
right,
I think
Vanna?
so, right.
Wow, so, okay, so then you worked, all right, we'll go fast forward a little bit. You worked for Nikki, 11 years. Was that right after, did you go to school? Did you just go to middle school, high school? And
High school and college.
College?
I graduated from Middlesex Community College.
Oh, you went to Middlesex?
Yeah,
I
went to
didn't know that.
Middlesex,
Okay, good.
And I also received my education from UMass Boston and
Wow.
UMass Lowell.
Yep.
So
All 3 good schools.
All 3 good schools, yes. The best schools here.
Yeah.
I was actually working for Middlesex County District Attorney's Office at the
I remember
time.
that. I remember okay, yes.
Yes,
Yep.
and but prior to that, I worked at Suffolk County DA's office for 10 years. So I was just returning actually back to Middlesex County to be closer,
Right.
so I didn't have to commute every day into Boston.
Wow.
And I received a call. They were looking for bilingual staff.
Wow.
A bilingual staff. I said, oh, gosh, I love my job at the DA's
Right.
office. I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
But I submitted my resume.
And you did it.
And I did it. And the first 6 months, I wasn't sure. Did I make the right decision?
Yeah.
And 11 years later,
You sure did.
I was such an honor and privilege,
Yeah.
to be Congresswoman Nikki Tsongas' staff, to be
Do-
on her staff.
Do you feel at a young age, when you started after, going to college, do you feel your gender hurt you being a young Cambodian girl? Do you feel that interfered with some of these jobs, or it didn't play a role?
Well, when I first arrived at the age of 11,
Right.
I didn't speak a word of English.
Yeah, you speak well. I'm surprised you picked it up that
I
quick.
didn't speak a word of English, so I had to learn. So
Everything.
I got through
Yeah.
into 7th grade.
Wow.
7th grade when I first arrived,
Yep.
and learning ABCs.
Yeah.
And took me 4 or 5 years to be able to be comfortable speaking English. So throughout middle school, my English was terrible.
Yeah.
Through 4 years of high school, it was It's getting a little bit better,
Better.
but it was still terrible. And then, you know, and then through college, it has improved a great deal.
Right.
But with my involvement in community, you know, organizations, that's how I, you know, that's the learning the English also helped with
helped you.
conversing with folks in the community.
Wow, so at a young age, you doing all that, because a lot of, you know, to go to school, you know, that's a big thing.
It was.
Wasn't that a big thing?
Well, in our culture,
in your culture,
the Cambodian culture, that's
huge.
It's huge. It's enforced every single day. Education is very important. And so my mom would say, "Oh, you don't have to do any cooking or cleaning. Just focus on your education. Just go to school."
Just go to school.
Yeah, just go to school. So, and when my mom passed almost 13 years ago, and I never learned how to cook Cambodian cuisine.
Well, good. Well, you're educated. She was right. She was like.
And so now that, you know, when I have some time, I would like to learn how to cook because, you know, she was a great cook.
She was.
And she was very.
Did she work?
She had a job and a half up until she passed away.
What did she do?
Assembly line, you know.
Really?
And again, she, you know, when she came, she was just like me, didn't speak a word.
Hardworking.
Hard work, but she was a hard worker. Yeah. Hard worker, a full-time job and a part-time job until, you know, until the end.
And you're fond of your mom. She a role model in your life, Vanna?
She is. She's a role model. You know, she's a hard worker, and she was always there for everyone. You know, anyone that needed help or needed cooking or cleaning, at, you know, at her friends or her families, she would be the first one there, the first one to be there, the last one to leave. And that's instilled in me.
Yeah, it is instilled in you. You're such a good-hearted person. You really are. You're always like so. If you know her, she'll like I said, hug you and your personality.
I'm a hugger.
And you're so bubbly and you're such a good soul, and that's why we're such, you know, really good friends. But now with Nikki, you worked there for 11 years. What was your best memory?
Oh gosh, my best memories. First of all, that was such an honor and such a privilege for Congresswoman Songas, and also my mentor Brian Martin. Brian Martin, who was her district director, who hired me, both of them, to give me this incredible opportunity. You know, opportunity from a girl who didn't speak a word of English, just survived, you know, 4 years of Khmer Rouge and lost many family members, and to work for a congresswoman, you know, and that was such an honor and something that.
But they believed in you, but yet you didn't let them down, and you persevered forward.
I persevered. Yeah, my best memories were, you know, we worked hard, but we also we knew how to have fun too. But the best memory was when we were able to help constituents. Yeah. You know, we were their last resort when they in trouble with, you know, any type of federal issues. Yeah. And they came to us. We made sure that we did everything that we could to help them. Yeah. And so best memories were so many constituents were, you know, thankful that we were there for them. Right. And to help them through, you know, red flags. Yes. Difficult federal process. Yes. Yeah.
Now, your husband seems like he's a wonderful man, but he seems like very supportive. I heard he's very supportive.
He is. He's very supportive of what I do, especially community outreach. Right. You know, volunteering in the community, the causes, and he believed in my causes, and any causes that deal with.
Oh yeah, he's always in tow. God bless, right? We're gonna give him a big shout out, Greg.
He's Mr. Mom. I nickname him Mr. Mom. He's home making sure the children are fed, and while I'm out there, you know, if there's any rallies for human rights, equal justice, and anything for what's right, you know, for human beings.
He's right there.
I'm there, but he's home. They're making sure that the children.
But that's wonderful. How important, Vanna, is it to have a support system? A lot of women don't have a support system.
And I'm blessed. I'm very blessed that he sees that and he supports that.
Right.
And,
he supports that.
And my children are very, very lucky and very fortunate to have both parents. Yeah. A lot of children out there.
I know. It's
have
hard.
One, or they are being raised by their grandchildren, or they're living in foster homes. So my children, even if they see me, just in the morning for an hour.
Yeah.
That's still a lot.
Yeah.
You know, they have both parents, you know.
It's tough.
So they are blessed and very fortunate.
I don't know how you do it. Now let's talk about.
I don't know how you do it.
No,
You're everywhere.
You're on boards. You serve on. You're on the CMA, Cambodian Mutual
Assistant Association.
And you had just got an award in November, right? You were honored.
Yes.
What was the name of the award? I wrote about it too. It was the,
Community Hero.
Well,
Award,
you were the.
yes.
I thought it was the Einstein, but the Community Hero Award. Yes. So you were honored there. You just were the MC for the Ladies Women Breakfast for Lowell Women's Week. That's huge. So you did that. And then what are the other boards you serve on? You just started.
Mill City Grows.
Mill City Grows, that's right. You were there.
Ironstone Farm.
Ironstone Farm, which is a great farm. You like Ironstone.
The Boys and Girls Club.
Boys and Girls Club.
Yes, and my son is a club member since he was 7.
The Boys, that's right.
The Boys and Girls Club. He's 17 now, so he loves it there. Great team over there.
I don't know how you do it. What other organizations are you on?
I'm on the advisory board for International Institute of Lowell.
That's right, yes.
And the Angol Dance Troupe.
And you just got an award for the International Institute Award.
The Lowell 100.
Yes.
Oh,
Tell us a little bit about that award.
So many deserve Lowellians that recognize. So in order to recognize Lowell, the International Institute, the Lowell office, their 100-year, served Lowell community, Lowell refugees that come to Lowell, and so they recognize the Lowell 100 of Lowell who make such an impact in the city of Lowell and to immigrants and refugees. Great. Yeah, so the Lowell 100, just so that, folks that.
Do you rest? Do you ever have a vacation? Well, you need a balance. Do you take a balance?
I don't do well with vacations.
No.
I'm not a vacation person.
No, you just go.
The first 3 days, that's it. First 3 day vacation, I'm ready to go back to work.
Right? I
look at work as my therapy.
Yeah.
Work keeps me busy. So yes.
Right. Now, when you after Nikki's, I was like, oh, we talked before, and I'm like, I wonder where she's gonna go, because you're such a great catch. How did you go to the Lowell Community Health Center? What made you pick that?
Right. So after 11 years, I was thinking maybe I should do something else different than
Right.
Even though I loved that job so much, it was such a great job. But I wanted to try something else. Well, I served on the Lowell Community Health Center board for 6 years.
Are you on CTI too?
No, I'm not on CTI. Acre Child Care Family.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
That's
on
right.
board,
Okay. Yes.
And Mill City Grows, I'm also on the board. And the cool board.
That's right. Okay.
And so I served on the health center board for 6 years, and my children and I have been going to the health center for many years. My daughter, when we first moved to Lowell in '91,
oh wow,
I signed my daughter up. At the Lowell Community Health Center.
So you've been there. That's an amazing building now.
So my daughter's pediatrician is now my son's pediatrician.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So that's how, and then you just felt so comfortable and you went there and you worked there. So now I understand. That's a beautiful building. Dorcas, really,
Dorcas.
I know.
Yes. Have you been on a tour? You need to
Yes.
come.
Oh, yeah, I did an event there. I've done a couple events there. Okay. So yes, I've been on a tour. I've checked out the whole, all the artwork that was displayed. So yes.
As you know, we have over 70 medical, behavioral, eye care, and dental services there.
There was an event that I covered last year. Wasn't it like upstairs outdoors? Wasn't it outdoors with the big balloons? I couldn't remember.
Oh, that probably was when we groundbreaking. It was a groundbreaking.
Yes, I think
61.
That's what it was.
On top of the garage.
That was beautiful. I loved being up there, Vanna, because I said, "Oh my God, what?" It just kind of was like serene. You could see all the old stack, all the smoke stacks.
It's a great view from the top of the
beautiful
garage.
view.
Yeah,
beautiful view.
Who knew you could have a party up there?
That was
on
fabulous.
Top of the garage, right?
And then I did another event over there. I think it was from I can't remember. A few years back, it was like I think it was a chamber, not the chamber, not the Merrimack, but another chamber for event in one of the rooms, and they had all this beautiful artwork that displays from all different local artists. Correct?
Yes. We have. It's called Art Up, and so we have arts displayed all over the building.
Right.
Yeah, so we now have over almost 300 arts. Right. Beautiful arts, yes.
Yeah. I know sometimes these events, you just can't, you'll remember going and learning so much and educating yourself, and then it just you forget because it's like it's been a few years.
Patients, yeah, patients appreciate the art.
Yeah, they
see
do.
the art, yes, it's a calmness to it.
It is a calmness to it. And that's why I think that the art there it really made sense. And that's what I think I had written about what a calmness it was there. Okay, now, 2 years ago, you started this wonderful women's group.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
All right, so yeah, over 2 years ago, I started,
because Vanna, I have to say, is huge, helping women all the time. Friends, family, women in the community. So let's talk about a little bit about the brunch.
So
your first brunch, it was
it's called
huge.
Just Because brunch. It's my way of saying thank you to all the women, women like you who works every day, empowering women and girls. Extraordinary women out there who may not be, recognized, and they don't want to be recognized. They do it out of their own heart, and so I wouldn't be able where I am today without all these women. And I don't want to forget men too, but women, it's juggling multiple things every day, and and women like you, who when I see, I'm happy, because you're always, very positive mood. And it was just my way to say thank you. So the brunch I started almost 2 years ago. I co-hosted with a friend of mine 2 more times.
Right.
And
I missed the last 2, which I was
Thank you for showing up for the first one.
I know, and then the last 2 I just missed because of I think obviously I had events, but
don't worry,
it grew.
We'll have it. Yeah, it has grown from about 15, that first one when you were there, and to about 50, the last one we did it. So I'm hoping to do it spring, fall, summer, and winter.
Right.
But keep with the concept of women appreciation, thank you, no speeches. It's not a fundraiser.
Right.
They don't need to bring anything.
Right, except themselves.
Except themselves, and they can networking, they can share their best recipes, their best practice.
And it's just a fun day.
Yeah, it's just a fun day.
Yes.
It's a fun day. No, there will be any speeches.
And everybody's like posting it on Facebook, and I love it.
I just wanted a way of say thank you to the women.
Can you believe it? We only have a few minutes left. I wanted to ask a question. If you had a magic wand, what would you wish for the young women out there in this type of an environment today, Vanna?
Yeah, it is tough. Women still getting, not paying equally to the men for doing the same work. So we're still behind in that area. I think 77 cents to $1 to women for doing the same work. But don't give up. Just be out there. Be seen. Show up to events. Even if you're afraid to even get up. I made such a fool of myself so many times being an MC or co-MC, saying things, acting things, but it doesn't stop me. It has never stopped me from just being out there making a difference, in women and girls' lives.
Right.
If you're passionate enough about something speak up. Don't be afraid to speak up. If you don't speak up, no one's going to hear you.
Right. Where can women go, for help? Where can women find someone like you for help? Where do they go? Some women that don't have any, influences in their life and positive reinforcement. So where would you recommend?
Right. So this Just Because brunch. So I would invite, the women that make such a big impact in my life, and they can invite their friends, and that's how the word spread. So they welcome to invite women in their lives, or women that's never been to any of community events at all. Just bring them, meet women in the community,
and then it trickles down. Then they can say, oh, this one needs help here, or that one might need something there, and then it all kind of.
So it's a good networking place as well, not just, women coming together. Because it's so hard when you and I, as you know, when we're out there in the community, we see each other 30 seconds and we have to go and meet,
You can't even have time. I'm like, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So this event is great. They can just relax and just take their time and enjoy each other's company. And there's so many great community events, women that went out there, on Facebook.
Things like that. And everything, all social media will help you.
All social media will help, yes.
Well, we're wrapping up. Can you believe it? I have to give you my traditional Godiva chocolate for the diva and you, Miss V.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank you. And if anyone knows someone like Vanna Howard, please don't forget my websites at massachusettswomen.org, divas.us. Thank you for watching Dacey's Divas. Thank you, Vanna Howard, for coming on the show. You are a true diva out there making a difference.
And thank you for all you do in the community. Thank you so much.
I'll see you soon. Enjoy your summer and be safe.